Hello, my name is Sifal Donraji.
And my name is Salah Areed.
Today we're going to talk about hydrogen fuel cells,
Energy of the future. What is a hydrogen fuel cell?
A hydrogen fuel cell is a device that converts chemical potential energy into electrical energy. A PEM cell uses hydrogen gas and oxygen gas as a fuel. The product of the reaction in the cell are water, electricity, and heat. How does it work?
Well, this is actually a schematic for fuel cell stack. We have hydrogen supplied to the uh, fuel cell right here. Hydrogen would lose its electrons. The electrons go through a circuit creating actually electricity. The electricity can be stored and be actually used later on. Protons go through the membrane right here and would combine with oxygen supplied by air, creating water vapor, and then we also have heat as a result of that. How large is a fuel cell?
They can be as small as a battery, a laptop battery, or even smaller, or as big as a 40 feet shipping container or bigger. So their size depends on what they are intended to be used for.
That's all great, but how can we use it?
Hydrogen and fuel cells can be used in a broad range of applications. These range from powering buildings, cars, trucks, or to portable electronic devices and backup power system. As you can see here, this is a car that's made by a company Toyota, and they are investing huge research in it. As we can see, that's a hydrogen fuel tank. That's a fuel cell stack, and that's how the whole system operates.
Yeah, these cars, by the way, are used in some place in the country like California.
Yep.
We also have that can be used for buses. This is also made by Toyota, and I'm pretty sure Toyota is spending a big deal trying to actually utilize fuel cells.
And also, that's a portable charger that's made by a company called Up, and it lasts more than a week charging your phone.
They can also be used as electrical generators. They are really quiet, and they can be used for hospitals and other means.
Fuel cells can be grid independent. They are an attractive option for critical load functions such as data centers, telecommunication towers, hospitals, emergency response systems, and even military applications for national defense. So how can we get it?
We're going to concentrate on electricity produced by solar panels. The electricity actually is used for electrolysis to actually produce hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen are separated into tanks, as you can see on the picture on the right-hand side. Electrolysis process is the opposite of the fuel cell. Basically, we have to supply electricity to the cell. The water molecule is broken into hydrogen and oxygen. As we can see, hydrogen is actually is used later on for fuel cells, and oxygen is either stored or released to the ambient air. These two reactions actually explain the reactions at the anode and the cathode.
And these are the data calculations.
All right, so we can explain this one quickly. Basically, the water molecule on the gas phase can be broken into hydrogen and oxygen. These are the energies for forming or breaking the bonds of hydrogen. We have 2 moles of hydrogen. So 2 times 436.4 kilojoule will give us 872 kilojoule per mole. We also have a double bound of oxygen here, 1 mole of those. So we have a 498.7 kilojoule. At the end, when we calculate the energy to break down a molecule of water, we will have the energy equal to 469 kilojoule per mole.
And this is the combustion and fuel cells energy-wise, right?
Yes, comparison. We compare both. Both actually reactions are the same. For combustion, we have 285.8 kilojoule heat actually as energy. For the other one, for the fuel cell, 237.2 is produced as electricity, and the remaining is actually released as heat.
These are good news, but is it worth the switch?
Well, let's make the comparison to see if it's efficient enough. How efficient is a fuel cell compared to a traditional combustion engine?
The efficiency of a fuel cell is typically about 40 to 60%, which is higher than typical internal combustion engine, which is typically between 25 to 35%. So if it was this great and it's very efficient, why haven't we already used it a long time ago?
2 main reasons. First of all, the catalyst is made of platinum or coated by platinum. Platinum is expensive metal, and it's a rare metal too. On the other hand, the life cycle for fuel cells is kind of short, and big research actually is done to make it more reliable.
Let's have a comparison of the pros and cons between hydrogen fuel cells and regular car engine.
What are the advantages of fusing hydrogen fuel cell?
Fuel cells have higher efficiency than diesel or gas engines. Most fuel cells operate silently compared to internal combustion engines. Fuel cells can eliminate pollution caused by burning fossil fuels. For hydrogen fuel cells, the only byproduct at the point of use is water and heat. Fuel cells do not need conventional fuels such as oil or gas and can therefore reduce economic dependence on oil-producing countries, creating greater energy security for the user nation. Also, the maintenance of fuel cell is simple since there are few moving parts in the system. What are the disadvantages of using hydrogen fuel cells?
One of the biggest pitfalls of hydrogen fuel cells is the simple fact that it is very expensive to produce. While hydrogen is not toxic, it sure is flammable and explosive. To use a fuel cell is very new, and research still needs to be done before it can be used on a wide-scale basis. Energy storage capacity for hydrogen fuel cells is still low and need to be increased.
Conclusion?
It is definitely crucial to adapt new ways to produce energy, and that energy has to be renewable, clean, and has a minimal impact on our planet. Hydrogen fuel cells offer just that with their high efficiency and low noise.
I personally think that this technology will be one of the most important solutions for us to stop our dependency on fossil fuel, which means a better life for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you.